The robots of Atomic Heart were never originally intended for combat. Instead, most of these machines were designed with the intention of improving everyday life. But when an experiment goes awry and they turn on their masters, these household robots become some of the deadliest and most horrific machines we've seen in a long time in video games. With over 23 enemies to fight in the game, Atomic Heart does not skimp out on the variety, and with a large number of these enemies being crazed machines, a lot of the enemies of this game are going to be formidable, and most terrifyingly, sexy robots. No, but butt jokes aside, there's a lot to be said for fighting machines on my channel, and there are already some commonalities in Atomic Heart's gameplay that I can tell we'll be able to take advantage of. But that's all stuff that we can leave for when we start tackling the game head on. Today, I'd like to talk instead about the robots we know about so far in Atomic Heart. Try to find some footage of them to piece all together and do some healthy theorizing on what the heck they'll be like. If you happen to enjoy this video, maybe consider leaving a thumbs up or subscribing to stick around. So let's start with the smallest robot we've seen so far, the MFU-68 Laborer. This little sawboyo was designed for multiple forms of assistance, from delivering small items to industrial purposes. But in Atomic Heart, we'll likely see the Laborer be an ankle biter with a circular saw blade. A pretty nasty combo, and depending on the size of the swarm, it might even be a really dangerous little bugger. Then we have an odd but potentially terrifying robot, the Clown Trap. Flipping between a goofy clown and a crazy killer clown, so far this seems like a stationary machine, but if it moves, it'll be the thing of nightmares. It's hard to say what this robo is gonna be like, but with its little claw things, it might just be something you don't want to get too close to. Then the RAF-9, another multi-purpose bot designed for multiple workspaces. This jovial robot doesn't strike me as threatening as the rest, but looks can be deceiving, so we'll have to see if the RAF-9 is anything more than a personal butler when the game launches. As many robots were intended for the improvement of basic life, the RAF-9, or the Engineer, seems like it was meant entirely for this role. With modular hands that can move and manipulate things, and a voice module for communication, which, that might be terrifying in its own way. Now, for a more uncanny robot, the VOV-A6 Lab Tech. This mustachioed machine was designed as a high-end assistant in various fields, from surgery to shooting lasers out of its face. Fun for the whole family! Lab Techs come in two variants, white and black coats, and the black variants are far stronger and more dangerous than the base white version. In all the footage, these robo-dudes play two roles of being both a strong adversary and a swarmer, and I feel like they'll be playing a pivotal, more constant threat in most of our playthroughs. But even though these Soviet machines might be deadly in their own ways, I do believe they'll have components we could take down on them to weaken and destroy them, similar to the main game on my channel, Generation Zero. This is something that I'm leaving for next week, so stay tuned for that because I think I'm really onto something here. Then for a more simple robot, one I'm dubbing the Camera Bot, is a strange flower-like security machine. Getting spotted by one of these will raise your alert level, which, if it gets high enough, will wind up with machines swarming you from all directions. So, in order to keep a low profile across Facility 3826, you'll want to destroy these camera bots quickly and quietly before they flush you out to other machines. Unless you're playing like Doom Guy, in which case, let the cameras friggin' roll, man! There's a number of robots shown off very quickly in the older promo footage too, like flying machines to more industrial looking machines, a robot best described as a really long-armed snake thing, small humanoid machines, and this giant chubby robo too. It's hard to say for now on what these machines were or what they will be as we have no official information, but they all look pretty crazy in their own rights. But with most machines and enemies in the game yet to be revealed on the official website, we have a ton to learn about when we get to the game in February. It's cool because we've seen a lot, but realistically have only been told about 4 of them so far. The link to the official website is in the description down below, so if you want to learn more about the game, I highly advise giving that a peek after this video. For the next machine, it's another one that was featured over on IGN, the MA9 or Belyash, a large-sized robot intended for industrial purposes. It's built on the design of a chimpanzee, allowing it to climb great heights, and is armed with an arc welder, which probably is not going to be too fun to be on the receiving end of. It's also incredibly durable, being able to handle extreme temperatures. It's hard to say if this will be a boss or just a common enemy, but at this point, it'll be a heck of an encounter no matter how it appears in the game. Then for the second last, we have a definite boss machine, a big rolling boyo complete with glowing weak points. The boss fights of this game look really spectacular, and are one of the big things I'm looking forward to in the game. I'm thinking of doing videos with tips and tricks on bosses and pretty much any machine that needs some tips on them, and this one looks like it'll be a piece of cake to figure out. Now for possibly one of the most important robots we'll meet in the game, the twins, as we're calling them for now. The most humanoid and advanced looking robots we've seen, these were clearly designed for a ton of purposes. But not any of the purposes Reddit's come up with. I see you over there immediate kinking on these But seriously, I think the plot relevance of these advanced polymer manipulating twins is going to be massive. There's a point where a key is given to the player, and this might be even very late into the game. It's hard to say what this key is to, but as P3 is looking for the source of what's caused all this mayhem in Facility 3826, this key might hold some answers to that question. Though there is also a chance that we might have to fight one or both of these twins along the way, which is kinda spicy. It's hard to say everything these twins will hold in the game, but we'll be finding out very soon when the game launches February 21st. So let me know if there are any robots you're looking forward to in the game in the comments down below. Personally, I'm stoked for all of them. I think this game's gonna come together to be a real gem of an experience. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.